Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are enjoying your day. For those of you who celebrate the holidays, I hope you're enjoying it. Those of you who are not, I hope you're just going about your regular day as you normally do. I just want to get on here, guys, and let you know that I'm thinking about you. I'm very thankful for all of you who have been subscribers to my channel from the beginning. I'm very thankful to for those of you who have sent me words of encouragement. I am happy to see when you guys are communicating with one another and encouraging one another as well. I just want to say that God has brought us so far, and this year is almost over. And I am just praying that the Lord's hand of protection will be upon each and every one of us, keeping us, guiding us. I want you all to keep looking ahead, keep having hope, keep having faith, keep on with the tenacity that it sometimes takes in our take when we are walking in the Lord, because it can be difficult, because it is a narrow and a straight path. And I used to think it was, when they say straight, it was like Straight, but it's often written as Strait. And if I'm not mistaken, that means it's a bit difficult. But if we continue to seek ye first the kingdom of God, He's going to help us. If we have faith in Him, these times when we feel tired and we feel as if we have nothing else left, this is a time that we have to realize, as a matter of fact, when we get to these times where it just feels like I can't go on, I can't do anymore. Oh, I just can't. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Because we've been putting all this effort in not faith, but in doing and in fixing and in trying and in worrying. I, for one, have done that. I've been there before. When the enemy came in, pow, snuck and punched me in the side of the head spiritually. And I'm like, oh, yo, he hit me. Yo, he goes smack me in the face. Oh, ah. you know, you want to react. Okay, that's what's up. I'm going to bust you in the head with a loaf of bread tomorrow. And then you get in your flesh, right? Oh, I've had some fleshy moments this year. But you know what, guys? That's when we have to just stop and pay attention and realize, you know what? I've been doing the most. If you're restless and you're tired and we're weary and we're up, these are natural feelings that we're going to have as human beings, as feeling beings. But another part of it is that we're not resting. We're not resting. We're worried. We're thinking, well, what's going to happen when this happens? I told you guys I have something upcoming in January. Pray for me, guys. Y'all know about that case I have. And I know y'all will know, oh, she caught a case. I ain't catch no case. It's not like that. I have broken no laws. I have done no wrong. I've been keeping my nose clean, and I have been doing that for many years. I've never been to prison, jail, charges against me, nothing of that nature. But the enemy will try to come. But I'm gonna show up where I need to show up for, and I know that everything is gonna go well. Well, guys, I'm saying like things like that. I have that coming up. So do I sit and worry? I'm like, what am I worried about? You haven't done anything. It's not a situation where it's like, oh, you're gonna lose your home and you're gonna lose this and you're gonna lose that. It's just a person just just trying to cause trouble. An individual that I believe, because I've been at peace and everything else that they have tried in the past have not moved me, just doing everything. So they're barking, you know. But when you're in your phases of vulnerability, when you're in times in your life where you might not be as vigilant, or you're looking in another direction because you have a distraction, you're concerned about something over here, that little will sound like it is a lion, a roaring lion coming to devour you. But when you are walking with the Lord and you know that you have been following after him, and even in the moments, you see, sometimes what we do, and I've done it as well, you've been following after the Lord, and then you have a time in your life where you're just not really at your best, but you're thinking to yourself, oh man, I messed up. Let me go hide. Or God is mad at me because I didn't do this today. I didn't carry this out, or I didn't do this specific thing. So God must be angry at me. So we tend to think that God is keeping checks and balances and he's going to do quid pro quo. And quid pro quo, QUID, and the word pro, of course, PRO, and quo, QUO, I think, or QUO. Okay, whatever. One of those two. Quid pro quo is if you do, I do. If you don't, I don't. But he is not like that. There are times that there can be consequences for the things we do. But a lot of times it's not God punishing us or getting us. It's that if we step over into lane, if we step over into aisle B, you're going to experience the outcome of that, because aisle B carry certain hazards and things. I'll be contains I'll be's of, let's say for example, that's the enemy's territory. They don't have any mercy, they don't have any grace, they don't have any kindness. So if you're over there working with them, corroborating with them, buying their wares, tasting and dipping, they have the right to get at you. It's like, think about it. If somebody they're dangerous, you go inside their house and you sit with them, you are more vulnerable. And so something happens, and then people will say, "Oh, the law, where's the protection? What's going on? Oh, this dear, dear, poor soul, they are just living their life." Don't you see that on the funeral? You see that on the what do you call that thing? The eulogy. Oh, they were such a good person. They would have given you the shirt off their back. They were a mentor in their community. But guess what was going on? You kept going into these dangerous places. And so there are consequences. And then what happens? Maybe that person's mom or dad was saying to him, stop, stop. You're going to get in trouble. You got to change your ways. You got to change what you're doing. And grandma's crying, and brothers and sisters talking, and law enforcement's talking, and counselors talking, and they're getting all these warnings. This is what the Spirit of God will do with us. And then, but they still want to hang out. And then something finally happens. And what can happen sometimes? They blame the mom or the dad. Oh, well, if you were better parents. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, she's a single mom. Just what happened when you're a single mom? You grew up in a single household. You grow up here, you don't have a mom around, or you don't have a dad around. This is what happens. But is it really that's the case? Or did this person make conscious choices? And so sometimes, guys, that's what will happen with us. We will step over or lose sight of some things that God has instilled within us, and we can get lulled and rocked to sleep, and then boom, the enemy comes, and then we're blaming God and thinking, oh God, look what you did to me. Why didn't you protect me? Why didn't you do this? Why you let this happen to me? Why come, Lord? Why come? But that's not what it is. The Lord can protect us, but we have our own will. So if we keep saying, this is what I want to do, then there may be consequences, but it does not mean that God hates us and God threw you under the bus. But after a while, he has to let us go in our own will, you see? So that can happen, and we can get caught up in that, and we feel like we're too far from God and He's not hearing us anymore and we did bad. But just like the prodigal son, He's always looking for us. He keeps that light on for us. We just need to come on back. We just need to head on home. We need to hang our head and humble ourselves. Sometimes He needs no explanations. He knows what happens. Come on home. And so, guys, I just want you all to just keep looking ahead and not look to the left and to the right and who's doing this and who's doing that and who's not helping me and who's here and who's not. And I don't have anyone to celebrate the holidays with, or oh, what's going on? For some of you, this is the worst time of the year. Maybe there's a passing. Maybe you lost your loved one. Maybe you just lost someone. Maybe you just buried someone. You don't feel like celebrating. There's nothing to celebrate. I, for one, know somebody who just lost their dear grandmother who practically raised them right before the holidays. This person was supposed to got out the hospital and was gonna come home. Was gonna be discharged, and person got sick. The family was gonna go and pick her up, and they're a good distance, and she passed, and they were trying so hard to get to her before she passed, but she did. So for some, this is a difficult time, but understand, guys, that there are different phases of life. None of us is promised eternal life, not in this casing, this body. Eventually we have to go back, and it's not easy. But take the time you need to cry, to mourn, but also to remember. And those of you who still have your loved ones with you, cherish them. Cherish them. The ones you have with you, and maybe the ones you don't have with you, maybe the ones you are even distant from. Always remember, if you're distant from them, and it's something that you know you have to maintain your distance for your sanity or your peace, or as instructed by the Lord, then it doesn't mean you've lost any love. You can still, from your heart, wish them happy birthday when it's their birthday. You can still, from the heart, know that you're wishing them all the best. But have your peace within yourself and focus on who God brings in your life. Whether those are individuals, whether those are your children, don't abuse them. Don't be frustrated with them because of life. It could be you are a boss. It could be you are a section leader. You could have someone that you are mentoring. You may have a certain area that you're responsible for taking care of. We're all stewards in different ways. You have lawn to cut depending on where you are. You have a certain area, a neighborhood you need to take care of. You have a certain route that you have to clean up depending on your job. If you're in a sanitation business, we are always stewards. You can be even a dishwasher. You're still a steward because you're being trusted to do it properly and to do it right. Continue to do the things that you have control of and do it right and do it well and focus on those things. Some of you may not have all that, but maybe you have a pet. Maybe you have a little beta. I've just recently got a little beta, and that little tiny fish is, you got to clean that tank so much and do all these things. Excuse me. I got that beta about a month or so ago, maybe it was, and boy, you realize you gotta feed him, and you gotta clean that tank out every now and then, clean that keep the water fresh. There's always something that you can be a good steward of. That's my point. Even if it's your own room, even if it's your closet, there's something in which You can occupy yourself. There's someone who needs to hear your voice, your encouragement. There's someone who loves your drawing, your color, your art, whatever you do, your smile, your kindness. Just don't sit around and be sad and compare yourself or think that you're just God doesn't want me. He don't care. It can happen because it would be really, really good if there was an office he had here that we can go to. I would be there. I'd be so happy. I'd ask if I could work there. Like, where does Jesus live at? Because I want to go talk to him. Can I come over? Can I spend a night? That would be amazing. God, the God headquarters. I would love to show up because I would be there with a list of things I need to talk about. But that's not the case. And so you may feel to yourself that this is not for real. I'm lying to myself. God ain't nowhere. He ain't real. He is real. If you watch nature shows, if you look at how things operate, you'll see that everything is a miracle. The very least, the greatest miracle that we've always overlooked is the fact that we are up here in the universe. That we are looking for aliens when we are the aliens. We are suspended in space. We're not sitting on a platform. We're not on a ground. We're not on anything holding us. We're literally spinning in nothing. And the only thing that's pulling us is the gravity from the sun and keeping us suspended. We have the gravity between the sun and the moon. But the earth is spinning really fast and we don't feel it. How do we get up here? And in the sphere that we live in, this earth, we have the earth's magnetic field just set there to protect us, to keep any sort of meteors and things. I mean, sometimes every now and then we get some comets and things that will hit the planet, some meteor rocks and things out. But the things that's really out there that's denting the moon up, those are dents in the moon. We're not getting it like that. We are protected and we have everything. We have oxygen, we have water, we have an abundance of all we need to thrive here. And we just keep growing and growing. And then people are dying and dying, and the earth is not stinking. Do you know how many people, millions upon millions, probably, I'm going to say billions of people who are dead, animals and everything that have died and are in the earth? How come our earth doesn't stink? This is amazing. It is a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that we are up here. So you see, we're in his hand. The world, this earth, is like a snow globe. And the Lord is just looking at us in there, running around like ants. We think we're going somewhere. We're just going from one end of the planet to the other. We're thinking we're doing something. But if you look at a snow globe, you just shake it and you look. This is how we are in his hands. He's in control. And we need to remember that. And it's hard to remember because the world is so big and everybody's so big and circumstances are so big and everything happening is so big. It seems so big. That bill is big, ain't it? But not to God. So we have to put it in his hands. We have to trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean on unto our own understanding. In all our ways, we must acknowledge him and he will direct our path. We got to put God's word to the test. Be like, okay, Lord, I'm going to live this word. I'm going to do what you say. I will not be afraid and I'm going to trust you. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy your day. Le plume. Bye. God bless.